Peace be with you, beloved soul. You have been walking for some time now, searching, praying, waiting. And though the world has often asked you to move faster, heaven has always invited you to move deeper. The angels have drawn close today, not to hurry you along, but to whisper a truth that is already forming in the sacred quiet of your heart. Your journey begins not when the path is perfect, but when your heart says yes to the one God has brought before you. This isn't about rushing. This isn't about fear. This is about alignment. This is about grace. This is about the holy unfolding of a story that God has been writing behind the veil. Yes, the angels are saying, heaven recognizes this person, not because they are flawless, but because they are part of your becoming. And you, child of light, have grown in patience, wisdom, and clarity. You have prayed through the night hours. You have surrendered your need to control. And now, you are being asked to trust. Trust not just in the person, but in the timing, in the season, in the way God's Spirit has gone ahead of you. You see, sometimes the soul knows before the mind can grasp it. Sometimes the heart says yes while the logic says wait. But what if your yes isn't reckless? What if it's revelation? The angels say this: you are not being asked to leap into the unknown blindly. You are being invited into a divine partnership that God has prepared, not for your comfort, but for your calling. You've wondered, is this person the one? But beloved, what if the question is deeper? What is God forming in me through this connection? Because the truth is, this isn't just about romance. This isn't just about love. It's about purpose. It's about restoration. It's about your soul learning how to walk with another while still keeping your eyes fixed on the one who created you both. The journey begins when you stop waiting for certainty and start walking with faith. Yes, this yes may be quiet. It may be trembling. It may be filled with questions. But that does not mean it is wrong. That often means it is sacred. Your angels have seen how hard it has been. They've seen the betrayals. They've seen the false promises. They've seen how many times your heart was asked to stretch without ever being held. But this person? They aren't coming to break you. They're coming to build with you. They may be imperfect, but they are aligned. They may have a past, but they are present now. And they are speaking your soul's language, even if they don't fully understand it yet. Listen, not just with your ears, but with your spirit. God is saying, you will know them not by charm, but by peace. Not by appearance, but by the way they honor your process. When God sends someone, He sends purpose with them. He sends clarity in confusion. He sends strength to your softness. And if your soul has begun to feel the stirrings of something sacred, that is not foolishness. That is divine confirmation. Pause here with me for a moment and feel the quiet yes rising in your chest. Not the loud yes that the world demands, but the holy whisper that comes when God speaks in stillness. This person, they are not a reward for your suffering. They are a companion for your journey. A journey that begins not with grand gestures, but with the soft, sacred courage to trust God's placement. If this message is settling into your spirit, I gently invite you now, subscribe for more peaceful guidance like this. Comment below and share your reflections or even your prayer needs. Share this video with someone who may need a calm word. And if you feel led, you can bless the mission with a super thanks. Your support helps this peaceful ministry reach more weary souls like yours and continues to make space for God's voice in the chaos. Now return with me to the quiet. You've asked God for a sign, but signs aren't always flashing lights. Sometimes they are the way your heart softens when they speak. Sometimes it's the peace that settles in after you pray about them. Angels are showing me that your spirit already recognizes this connection. Your mind is simply catching up, and that's okay. The walk of faith is not a sprint. It's a steady surrender. It's choosing each day to say, I don't need to know everything to trust the one who does. This person may not complete you because only God can. but they may complement the mission God has for your life. They may be the one who doesn't run from your depth, but anchors to it. The angels say, "You've been seen. You've been prepared. And now you are being sent. Sent not to prove anything, but to experience the sacred movement of grace, to grow together, to heal together, to walk with someone who honors both the fire and the softness in you." Don't fear the yes. Fear missing what God is doing through it. Remember this. It is not about perfection. It is about partnership. And God never writes halfway stories. So, if you feel peace, if you feel God's gentle nudge, if you've asked and prayed and fasted and waited, then trust that your yes is not to a person, but to the path God has prepared. And it begins here, now, with faith, with stillness, with surrender. Heaven is not asking you to rush. Heaven is simply asking you to listen. And when the peace aligns to say yes, "Would you like me to continue with part 2? You said, "Part 2." ChatGPT said, "Of course." Here's part 2 of the 3-part video script titled, "Angels Say Your Journey Begins When You Say Yes to This Person." Tone: peaceful, sacred, heartfelt, from the voice of a God-centered spiritual teacher. Peace be with you again, beloved soul. I'm grateful you've returned to this sacred space. There is something beautiful about how your spirit keeps leaning into God, even when you don't have all the answers. That alone is evidence of your faith, and heaven sees that. The angels have not missed your quiet obedience, nor your tears, nor your trembling hope. Let's go deeper, because the message is not yet finished. The journey God has prepared for you is not made of certainty. It is made of trust. You do not need to feel ready. You simply need to feel willing. Your yes does not need to echo across mountaintops. It only needs to rise softly from a heart that is surrendered. You may ask, "But how do I know this is from God?" And the answer is found in how your spirit responds when you pray. Not how your emotions react, but how your soul settles in His presence. When this person enters your thoughts during prayer, do you feel chaos or calm? Do you feel tension or tenderness? Do you feel pushed or gently drawn? God's hand doesn't shove. It guides, it does not force. It invites. And the invitation before you is not one of pressure. It's one of peace. This person, they don't just awaken your desire. They awaken your discernment. They call out something deeper in you, not just love, but vision. Not just romance, but reverence. They may not be perfect, but they are praying, too, and God has been shaping them in ways you do not yet see. Sometimes, the one God sends doesn't arrive in a way the world would expect. They come quietly, humbly, with scars of their own. And yet, their presence begins to heal yours. That is what the angels are pointing to. This yes is not just about beginning something new. It's about releasing what is old. Let go of the fear that says you'll be hurt again. Let go of the doubt that says love can't be holy. Let go of the pride that says you must do it all alone. God is not calling you to isolation. He is calling you into alignment. You are allowed to be loved, not for your performance, but for your presence. Not for your perfection, but for your willingness to grow. And when the person God has for you steps into your life, they will not shrink from your depth. They will treasure it. They may not understand every layer of your story, but they will honor the sacred ground you've walked. They will hold your past with tenderness and your future with prayer. Let your yes be a doorway, not a decision made in haste, but a passage into something only heaven could author. If your heart is stirring, again, if the Spirit is speaking gently to you as you listen, then take this moment to breathe and receive. This isn't pressure. This is preparation. God prepares hearts before He joins them. And He aligns journeys before He asks for steps. So take a step. A small one. Not toward a person, but toward your peace. If they bring you closer to God, if they inspire you to pray more, to forgive more, to trust more, that is no coincidence. That is divine design. and your willingness to say yes to what God is doing may be the beginning of something far greater than you imagined, dear soul. If this message is nurturing your heart, I invite you now. Subscribe for more quiet moments of guidance like this. Leave a comment with your prayer or reflection. I read each one and pray with you. Share this message with someone who may need a reminder of God's presence. And if you've been blessed by this video, you can offer a super thanks to support this peaceful ministry. It helps spread this message to more souls and allows us to continue creating these sacred moments for those who feel unseen. Now let us return to the stillness. The angels are saying again, this person you are discerning about, they may not carry a trumpet, but they carry trust. They may not speak with heavenly eloquence, but they speak with consistency. That is the language of the Spirit, not noise, but NEARNESS, not hype, but humility. You are not being asked to surrender your identity. You are being asked to share it with someone who sees you, not as a project, but as a prayer answered. You are being invited to walk beside someone who may not be perfect, but who prays through their imperfections. Your yes does not guarantee ease, but it does guarantee growth. It says to God, I trust you more than I fear the unknown. And heaven responds to that kind of trust. So take your time, but do not ignore the peace that is drawing you near. God is not rushing you, but He is revealing something. And that revelation will ask for your response. Will you say yes to what God is building, not just around you, but within you? Your journey does not begin when the picture is complete. It begins the moment you trust that the artist knows what he's painting. And right now, the canvas of your life is being touched by something holy. Let it unfold. Let it grow. Let it breathe. And when the Spirit confirms it, say yes, even if your voice trembles, even if your hands shake, even if your heart isn't sure how it will all turn out. Say yes to God. Say yes to the journey. Say yes to the person He has aligned with your soul. This isn't just about a relationship. It's about a realignment of purpose, of peace, of presence. Heaven is with you. The angels are surrounding you. And your story is just beginning. Would you like me to continue with part 3? You said, part 3. ChatGPT said, certainly. Here is part 3 of the 3-part video script titled, Angels Say Your Journey Begins When You Say Yes to This Person. Written in peaceful, emotionally deep, calming English spoken as a gentle, God-centered teacher addressing the soul. Closing parenthesis. Peace be upon your heart, dear one. You've come so far. You've listened, not just with your ears, but with your spirit. And that alone means something beautiful is shifting within you. Today, we continue not to rush you, but to guide you gently into deeper understanding, because this journey, this sacred journey God has written, is not built on a single yes, but on many small yeses that build trust, intimacy, and spiritual alignment over time. The angels are near again. They do not bring fear. They bring peace. And they are echoing the message God has already planted inside you. When you say yes to the one He sends, you are not just entering a connection. You are stepping into a divine covenant. And that covenant is not about performance. It is about presence. It's not about who you were. It's about who you are becoming together. You see, the person before you may not look like everything you imagined. They may not have arrived with thunder and lightning. They may have shown up quietly, unexpectedly, yet consistently. And it's their consistency that is carrying God's confirmation. Because love sent from heaven doesn't manipulate. It doesn't confuse. It doesn't disappear when things get real. It stays. It prays. It grows. And most of all, it points you back to the one who sent it. That's how you'll know. Not by perfection, not by butterflies, but by peace. by the way they speak with integrity, the way they hold space for your healing, the way they care more about your soul than your appearance. Beloved, this person God is pointing you toward, they are not here to rescue you. They are here to walk beside you. They're not here to complete you. Only God does that. But they are here to partner with your purpose, to build something with you that echoes eternity. And yes, there will be challenges. All God-ordained unions go through fire, not to burn you, but to refine you. Not to destroy, but to sanctify. You are not called to avoid the process. You are called to trust the one who leads it. The angels are rejoicing because your spirit is starting to awaken. You are remembering who you are and whose you are. You are a child of promise. And when God promises a union, He keeps it, even when it's delayed, even when it's tested, even when others doubt it. The question now is, are you willing to say yes, not only to the person, but to what God wants to do in you through this relationship? Because the truth is, this love isn't just about feeling safe. It's about becoming strong. It's about sharpening one another, lifting each other, serving one another as you both serve God. And oh, how beautiful that is when it's Spirit-led. Let go of the timelines the world gave you. Let go of the pressure to have it all figured out. God is not concerned with how quickly you arrive. He is concerned with how deeply you trust. And today, you are being invited into a new depth, not to fear it, but to embrace it. There is someone God is drawing into your life because He knows what you're ready for. Not just emotionally, but spiritually. You've been through too much to settle for anything less than God's best. And now He is preparing your heart to receive what you once thought was impossible. But this time, it won't be a fairy tale. It will be truth. It will be real. And it will be holy. Pause now, just for a breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let your spirit settle. God is not asking you to perform. He's asking you to receive. This love will not pull you out of purpose. It will push you deeper into it. This person will not distract you from God. They will draw you closer to Him. They will hold your hand but never try to take His place. And you will feel safe to be your true self. Not just the healed version, but the healing version. If this message has spoken softly and truly to your heart, please subscribe so you don't miss more spiritual guidance. Share a comment or prayer request below. I love to witness your journey. And if you know someone who needs this word, please share this with them. Be the vessel God uses to reach their soul. And if the message has blessed you today, consider offering a super thanks. It helps this channel continue to be a lighthouse of peace and healing for those navigating uncertain seasons. Thank you for helping the message go further. Now return with me to the stillness one final time. You do not need to fear the journey ahead. The one who walks with you is already there, and the one He is guiding you toward. They are not the end of your story. They are part of your unfolding. The angels say, your journey begins not when everything is perfect, but when your faith is louder than your fear. When you whisper yes in the quiet, heaven echoes that yes with strength. And the steps you take, no matter how small, are heard in the courts of heaven. Because when you walk in obedience, you walk in power. And when you say yes to the one God has aligned for your path, you say yes to the divine partnership He always intended for you. Not just for happiness, but for holiness. Not just for comfort, but for calling. So trust it, receive it, and walk in it. Your journey begins now, with God, with grace, and with love that was written in heaven long before you ever saw their face. Say yes, dear soul. Say yes. Let me know. If you'd like a cleaned version for voiceover or a video description, post to go with this series. You said part 4. ChatGPT said, absolutely. Here is part 4 of the video series titled, Angels Say Your Journey Begins When You Say Yes to This Person. Flowing in peaceful, sacred, emotionally deep rhythm, as if spoken by a God-centered teacher directly to the soul. Welcome again, beloved soul. You have been listening with such tenderness, and your heart has been opening, not just to the message, but to the movement of God within it. I honor the quiet courage it takes to show up and keep seeking the voice of heaven when your world feels uncertain. The angels are still speaking, and they are saying something even deeper now. This, yes, you are discerning. It is not only about a relationship. It is about destiny. Your life was never meant to be lived in isolation. God created your soul with connections in mind, connections that carry His purpose, His design, His harmony. And this person you are being drawn to, they are not just a blessing. They are an alignment. There are parts of your calling that will not fully awaken until love is walking beside you. Not just any love, but love that is anointed, love that prays with you, love that builds, not breaks, love that lifts, not limits. Heavenly love doesn't seek to possess. It seeks to protect. It doesn't try to control. It commits to cover. This kind of love, it's rare in the world, but it is never rare in heaven. Because God is still writing holy love stories, and yours is one of them. And yes, saying yes to the person God has chosen will stretch you. Not because they are difficult, but because divine love always calls you deeper. It will stretch your patience. It will stretch your vulnerability. It will stretch your capacity to forgive, to grow, to let someone in. But oh, how it will also stretch your joy, your worship, your sense of wonder, your awareness of God's presence through another soul. This person, they are not the end goal. They are a mirror God is using to show you parts of yourself you forgot were beautiful. And when they speak, you'll recognize something timeless in their voice. Not because they're perfect, but because their soul is tuned to yours in a way only heaven can orchestrate. So take a deep breath now. Let go of the fear that's still clinging to your ribcage. Let go of the old stories that said love is pain, or connection always means loss. This is not that. This is new. This is sacred. This is God's answer, not the world's noise. Yes, the enemy will try to plant doubt. He'll whisper old wounds, remind you of what didn't work, try to use your past to keep you from your promise. But the angels, they are louder in the spirit. They are singing over you. It is safe now. You are not who you used to be. You are ready. The time is now. You do not need to know how the whole journey will unfold. You only need to trust the first step. And that step may simply be this: saying yes. Yes to healing. Yes to being seen. Yes to letting someone walk beside you without armor. Yes to no longer shrinking in the name of independence. God didn't call you to hide. He called you to love, fully, freely, faithfully, and you can do this. Not because you're certain, but because you are surrendered. If your spirit is still with me now, if your soul feels God confirming this message in the quiet, I lovingly invite you, subscribe for more sacred words to anchor your heart. Leave a reflection or prayer request in the comments. Your voice matters. Share this message with a friend who is also learning how to trust again. And if you've been touched by this word, consider offering a super thanks. Your kind support allows this peaceful space to reach more hearts and helps continue these moments of calm, soul-led guidance for weary travelers like you. Let us return now into the peace where God dwells. You are not alone, not in this decision, not in this walk. Heaven is surrounding you. The Spirit is within you, and the angels are going ahead of you. They are preparing the path. They are preparing the person. They are preparing you. So say yes with reverence. Say it slowly if you must, but say it with your whole heart, because this yes isn't about rushing toward a wedding. It's about awakening to a walk, a journey of mutual surrender, of holy companionship, of walking in the light with someone whose soul doesn't dim yours, but reflects it. The person God is aligning with you, they are not here to complete you. They are here to reflect Christ to you. And when you look into their eyes, you will see the goodness of God in a new way. Not because they are flawless, but because they are faithful. And that faithfulness will be your reminder that God still writes the most beautiful stories. You are worthy of that kind of love. You are ready for that kind of journey. Say yes. Would you like to continue with part 5? You said part 5. ChatGPT said, certainly. Here is part 5 of the video series titled, Angels Say Your Journey Begins When You Say Yes to This Person. Peaceful, emotionally deep, spoken as a sacred teacher of the soul, guiding gently in long flowing lines. Welcome again, beloved heart. This is our final moment together in this message, but what God is doing in your life is only just beginning. You've walked through every word with such grace, such stillness, such humility, and heaven honors the way you've listened, not just to me, but to the Spirit that has been gently tugging on your heart throughout this sacred journey. The angels have not stopped watching over you. In fact, they are rejoicing, because your soul has begun to open in a new way. You are no longer waiting for signs in the sky. You are listening for whispers in the silence. And those whispers? They are saying this: you are ready, ready not because you've figured it all out, but because your yes is rooted in faith, not in knowing the outcome, but in trusting the one who holds it. Let's speak clearly now, with the stillness of heaven between every line. The person you're sensing in your spirit, they are not just someone to love. They are someone to grow with, to war with in prayer, to weep with in hard seasons, to laugh with under the weight of grace. And they are someone to say yes to, not because they're perfect, but because your spirit bears witness. This one is part of my purpose. It takes spiritual maturity to recognize that. And you, beloved soul, have been maturing in the secret place. You have been learning how to hear God through peace, not pressure. You have been learning how to release your expectations and trust God's preparation. So here's the truth you've been waiting to receive. The journey will not be easy, but it will be holy. And if God is in it, then goodness and mercy will walk with you every step of the way. It's not about whether you feel worthy of this kind of love. It's about whether you trust the one who is giving it. God is not cruel. He is not dangling hope in front of you as a tease. He is placing the right person in front of you, in the right season, at the right moment, to awaken something sacred inside of you. This is not an accident. This is alignment. The person he's pointing you toward may not have it all together, but they are seeking him, and their love for you will be covered in prayer, anchored in respect, and washed in truth. Let go now of every old voice that told you love was dangerous. Let go of the armor you've worn to protect yourself from being known. You no longer have to live from fear. You get to live from faith. And faith says, if God is in it, I don't need to be afraid. If the Spirit has brought this to me, then I will not sabotage it with doubt. Breathe that in. Feel the healing already happening. This is your turning point. The journey you've been praying for begins with a surrender. A sacred, trembling, beautiful yes, not to a fantasy, not to a dream, but to a real, living, breathing person who is being sent into your life as a companion of purpose. So what happens when you say yes? What happens when you let love in God's kind of love? You begin to grow. You begin to soften. You begin to trust again. You begin to see yourself through their eyes, but more importantly, through God's eyes, because holy love reflects heaven. It mirrors back the grace that's already alive within you. If you are still here, listening, that means your heart is almost ready. Even if your mind is cautious, even if your hands are still shaking, your spirit knows the voice of God, and your peace is telling you the truth. If this message has found you, if it has stirred something within you, please don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to this channel so we can keep walking together. Leave a comment with your story or prayer. I want to walk with you in faith. Share this message with someone else who may be afraid to trust again. And if this peaceful word has blessed your soul, you can offer a super thanks, not as a payment, but as a seed. A seed that helps this sacred space stay open, helps these gentle words reach more souls, and keeps this mission alive for the weary and waiting. Thank you for helping this light keep shining. Now, let the world go quiet, and let your spirit answer this one question. Is this the time to say yes? Only you and God can know, but the signs are becoming clearer. The veil is lifting, the soil has been softened. The roots are ready, and the journey ahead may not be certain, but it will be. Guided, protected, anointed. Let God write it. Let peace lead it. Let trust build it. And when it's time, say yes. Say yes to healing. Say yes to the person. Say yes to the path. Say yes to what God is unfolding. The angels are ready to walk with you. The Spirit is ready to strengthen you. And heaven is rejoicing that your heart is finally open enough to say it out loud. Yes, Lord. Yes to love. Yes to purpose. Yes to the journey that begins the moment I trust you more than my fear. Amen. And amen.